world where our problems increase day by day. We have global warming, social media, pollution, overpopulation, etc. to deal with. These problems aren't getting solved no matter the effort taken by the few. We will soon be at a precipice where we will stop trying to solve problems but just try to outlive them. The human being is perpetually unsatisfied and craving more and more comfort. To achieve this, we are gradually replacing humans in menial jobs with robots who are more efficient and have fewer needs. This leaves open spaces in the lives of many so that they occupy their time elsewhere to generate a revenue stream to sustain themselves. Gaming is one way that has come forward. A few years ago, we could not imagine how a pastime meant to relieve stress after a hard day or week would become a competitive sport. A sport that only exercises our minds and hands. The fact is that virtual spaces have taken over, and with it, architecture has become more than just what we can see and touch, but also a user experience through our computer and mobile screens. The Metaverse is an escape of the human mind to a reality that they can easily manipulate to fit their perfect life. There are no boundaries, not for anything, including architecture. Good morning, everybody. My name is Rasha Sumar, and today I will discuss and cover the extent of the current and impending impact of the Metaverse on our profession in the coming decade. We will start with the introduction of the digital to the profession. The digital has taken over the conventional course of architecture. Now we use computer-generated drawings from basic applications like AutoCAD to BIM software like Revit and ArchiCAD. In the preliminary stages of its employment, architects approached the computer technology as an assistance technique that would enhance architectural practice. The scope of this engagement was captured in the phrase computer-aided architectural design or CAD. In the 4 decades since that time, the role of computer technology in architecture has gained a marked significance and led to a different approach to physical production or construction. The scope has now been extended for architects to contemplate totally digital architecture design and construction. Beyond that, architects have the tool of the common people, like the use of software to recreate spaces virtually to be expressed to a client in the form close to reality. This helps us to give them an idea about how a space and/or a structure would look in real life with respect to its surroundings. The use of augmented reality started from there. What is augmented reality? According to Merriam-Webster, it is an enhanced version of reality created by the use of technology to overlay digital information on an image of something being viewed through a device, such as a smartphone camera. A prime example of augmented reality is Snapchat and Instagram. These applications allow users to use what we call filters, which follow the basic procedure of superimposing. Augmented reality and artificial intelligence help these filters to look extremely real. Architects use this to superimpose views of space on a plan, for example, giving a client a deeper understanding of a drawing. An example of that is in interior decorating apps. We all want our homes to be perfect, and we do everything to make it possible. However, making a permanent change, such as changing the wall color, buying new furniture, etc., is risky because such huge changes cannot be done easily. This is why a lot of apps have been developed that allow us to virtually impose a picture over the physical object to get an idea of how the change that we desire would look after getting implemented. This provides us with the flexibility to try all available combinations and choose the best product. Asian Paints is a big example of this use in the Indian market. But this is still a 2D depiction of reality because augmented reality allows us to experience the view through a flat screen. Architects moved forward with the technology of virtual reality just as the world moved on from Pokemon Go to virtual reality. So what is virtual reality? Virtual reality is a term used to describe a computer-generated environment that someone can explore and interact with. A user is immersed in the environment and the brain is basically tricked into thinking what someone is seeing in the virtual world is real. Virtual reality started as a specialty game at arcades. However, now it is more easily available. Doctors use it as a way of better preparing themselves in the event of a complicated surgery. Architects use it to give clients a better understanding of their design. For this, they use special headgear that allows them to portray to clients a lifelike 3-dimensional image of what they have designed. This allows the client to see what the drawings made by the architect actually mean in a user-specific view, where their needs are met in a way that they cannot physically touch, but their mind and eyes allow them to feel. One benefit of virtual reality in architecture is that it can be rendered in different levels of detail. So an architect in the early design phase could have an immersive experience in a non-photorealistic room just to get a sense of spatial relationships and massing. The experience could be hyper-real so that a VR video could have soft sunlight filtering through a clerestory window with the sound of birds chirping outside. Increasingly, architects are integrating VR hardware such as HTC Vive and Oculus with building information modeling software. This will allow architects and clients alike to truly understand the spatial qualities of the project, says Kim Baumann-Larson, an architect and CEO of the AR/VR design and consulting firm Dimension Design. This spatial understanding should make clients more confident in the design and reduce time spent in meetings and the use of lateral design revisions. This brings us to the next level, the Metaverse. What is the Metaverse? The Metaverse is a design entity or software for all intents and purposes that exists separately within our world. Like virtual reality, it gives the user the entire experience of a space except for the physical feel. Yet, this is a way for humans to go places without moving a muscle. When we give up on reality, we can escape into this world. That is the idea. The limits of reality are your own imagination in the Metaverse. There is only one part that can be considered lacking in the reality of the Metaverse, that is the inability to physically feel it. However, with the help of technology, it is expected that even the drawback of not feeling the things we see will be amended. We will also be able to feel things using fake sensors. People will want to live in the utopia of the Metaverse and will only be forced to leave to fulfill the basic human needs of eating, sleeping, and using the washroom, as all emotional needs as human beings will be met there. As humans, many times we prioritize and wish to achieve emotional happiness. With the way the virtual world is gaining importance and traction, earning a living can also be through there. We always want to do a job that we enjoy. For architecture, the Metaverse is a boundless space. We can design and build structures that defy the laws of physics. It is virtually impossible to have a structure in the Metaverse that does not meet a client's requirement and the fake climate of the virtual world. As artists, because that is all architecture will be reduced to in the Metaverse, there will be endless opportunities and scope of a design, for it is only a tertiary need that needs to be enjoyed and experienced but does not have a purpose other than that. Liberland Metaverse is an example of architects moving towards the Metaverse. Zaha Hadid Architects has created a cyber-urban city where people can buy plots with cryptocurrency and enter buildings only existing virtually as an avatar. The virtual city is based on the Free Republic of Liberland, a micronation claimed by Czech politician Vít Jedlička that straddles disputed land between Croatia and Serbia. It is accessible from a cloud-based platform that creates 3D environments called Metaverse. Once inside the cyber-urban crypto incubator, people can visit buildings designed by Zaha Hadid Architects, including a city hall, plaza, and exhibition center. The designers hope to create a freestanding virtual reality realm with the ambition that it will become the go-to site for networking and collaboration within the burgeoning Web 3.0 industry. It's the Metaverse for Metaverse developers and the crypto ecosystem at large. The Metaverse as an entity can be regarded as both beneficial and detrimental to architecture. One of the benefits of the Metaverse is that it is not beholden to the laws, regulations, or the very notion of gravity that governs our projects in the built environment. As creators with a firm grasp of the digital tools required to build complex and innovative projects, architects are uniquely qualified to engage with the design of the Metaverse. Typically, throughout the different stages of a project, architects produce a series of visualizations as the design develops to help communicate its intent. With the influx of the new technologies and the design tools, these visualizations have evolved from static imagery to animations, immersive 360-degree renderings, and even live simulations that allow a potential client to inhabit a place. However, there are some disadvantages. The Metaverse can either become a place where only the elite will be connected with, as only they have the extra funds to use, or the general population will use it as their escape from reality and eventually adopt it as their reality. For architects, it would mean constant exposure to the screen and can result in back and head pain. Along with that, the profession of architecture would disappear. Programmers have been constructing cities for a while now. If the human population decides to give up on the real world, there will be no need for architects to design spaces here. The job scope would be minimalist. Along with that, since there is no need to study in-depth courses where there is no chances of loss of life or damage due to incorrect design, anyone could become an architect in the Metaverse. In conclusion, the metaverse is a whole new area of exploration that, while being detrimental, can also be beneficial to architects. Conventionally, where architects would be conformed, in the metaverse they would not have to be, and individuals who may not be qualified as architects in the real world would be able to explore their creativity in building construction. Architects building for the metaverse may require new skills and a shift in perspective. In the metaverse, architects will need to do the three-dimensional modeling and integrate professional knowledge in multiple fields, including user interface, content design, character design, and even game design. And this will open up the world of architecture to many people. A more comprehensive range of game designers and programmers may become architectural design teams. More people will participate in the process of this new age architectural design. Furthermore, the metaverse might also be a new frontier in architectural conservation. Since several buildings have collapsed by natural or man-made calamities, the metaverse can be a platform where we preserve buildings inside this digital reality for the sake of future generations. It can be considered a way to express and explore the architectural heritage that allows users online to have an immersive interaction with the environment and each other. This would be freeing from the traditional.